Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. This week, we've got a pair of teams who come in on different paths. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
Thank you, Larry. It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look live there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying, fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. It's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. They'll throw on first down here with Palmer. And this one complete to Jermaine Gresham. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Brandon Graham in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game. They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Third and 2. Now Palmer. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
First carry for LeGarrette Blount. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Palmer. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. The rookie from Tennessee, Derek Barnett. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I wasn't sure I'd ever say this with absolute glee in my voice, but Derek Barnett, I got to give it to him. He broke my former teammate at Tennessee, Reggie White's sack record. His production big time. Love him being picked by number 14 overall by Philadelphia.
32 sacks in 3 seasons as of all, 52 tackles for a loss.
What I love about him the most, how hard he plays each and every snap.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throw in the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
On second down, Johnson. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Shotgun now for Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
And this is something that you know that they're emphasizing, you know they're working on, but it has to improve. Carson Wentz lost 14 fumbles as a rookie, and the NFL is just different. When you're in the pocket, you're always at risk of that ball being jostled out.
And if memory serves, those 14 fumbles tied with Carson Palmer for most in the NFL. They'll run it here with Blunt. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. From the gun, it's Palmer. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Malcolm Mitchell out of the University of Georgia was the intended receiver. And it's third down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points. It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth. Just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this will remain a scoreless game. So 2 missed field goals for him now, and that's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
The first down carry here for Johnson, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Now the first carry for Wendell Smallwood. And he's brought down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An extra DB added here for the Cards on third.
Blitzer play coverage.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, his second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have taken the early lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays.
Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And coming up later tonight in the NFL, we'll have the Chiefs heading down to Houston to take on the Texans. And then on Monday night, it'll be an NFC North battle. Vikings and Bears from Soldier Field.
Traditional rivals getting after it one more time.
Throwing now, Palmer on first down. And Gresham's got it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that.
Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
On second down, Smallwood. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down.
I love when a play results in a game that I can actually kind of fall back on one of my favorite adages, and that is anytime there's a run over 10 yards, it means that the offensive line did its job, but you know who else did? The wide receivers. Because the first 7 yards kind of belong to the offensive line and the running back. Anything after that means the wide receivers did a great job of blocking downfield, being willing to mix it up, and give them some more space to gain additional yardage.
Now again, running right is Smallwood. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Marcus Golden in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. We're just 2 minutes away from sending you to Orlando for Larry Ridley in our our EA Sports halftime report, so don't forget about that coming up shortly.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a halftime without him, and we thank him for doing the highlights. Let's go get a snack.
So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now taking downfield and punching the end zone without turning it over.
Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Play action. Now Palmer. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up fourth down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. And now let's look at David Johnson. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season, and, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. Second down following the run. To throw is Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gritty play there. Put his nose down and got his guys a first.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down. On first down, Wentz. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Golden, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Well, surprise, surprise, partner. No, we know it's not a surprise. When you try to complete a pass against this Cardinals defense, there's a reason that they are known as the no-fly zone.
They'll begin here with Blunt. And a short pickup here as he'll get up to about the 22-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. Now, my apologies, Larry. I wanted to hear the report. Somebody's in a hurry. So we're going to get him right to quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
It's Ajayi. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And that's why you see so many teams play a 3-4 defense, because that set gives you a lot of flexibility about where to bring pressure from, and it's hard for an offense to pick it up. Left side, right side, up the middle, especially with some really flexible linebackers.
And this is going to be incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Back to the ground. This time it's Peterson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now Palmer on 3rd and long. Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. Here's Andy Lee now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On play action, it's Wentz. Jeffrey breaking the tackle. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, 81 yards. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Well, those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that. I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. On second down, here's Palmer. And Gresham has it left side. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 15 yards through the air on a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now Palmer to throw on second down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Now Palmer on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. 2nd and 10. It's Palmer again. Caught right side, Jerron Brown. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. They run again on first down, Peterson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Adrian Peterson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
On second down, here's Wentz. He's going deep for Brown. And that one incomplete. They tried to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. The Eagles on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Wentz. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Marcus Golden in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down.
He may not be a household name, but Marcus Golden plays with such passion, such fury, and some pretty good pass rush moves at 12.5 sacks in 2016.
Tied for 3rd in the NFL, former 2nd-round pick out of Missouri.
Yeah, that's turned into a little bit of a pass rushing factory, isn't it? Got a lot of guys who can get there from Mizzou.
Oh, that's sweet. What an effort. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. There you go, play action with Palmer. And he's got Fitzgerald. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
They go play action here on 1st down. Fitzgerald's got it right side. And he's going to be out of bounds down to the 25. On 1st and 10, it's Palmer. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The rookie from Tennessee, Derek Barnett. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to...
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Donnell Allerby in there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That sack's on back-to-back plays. Palmer gets him set, 3rd and long for the Cardinals after the sack. Palmer will throw, and he's going to go down again. Michael Kendricks in there again as this offensive line is in tatters. 3 sacks in 3 plays.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Here we go. It's Palmer on 4th down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The rookie from To see Derek Barnett. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. Room to run inside the 40. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
First seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll run with Smallwood. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Second down, goal to go from the 6. Johnson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. Wentz to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. That's a tough one not to hang on to on 3rd and goal, but good job defensively to get there and jar it loose.
Agreed. That was really, really nicely done because there's no pass interference on the play. Timing excellent to get in there and knock it away. A win for the defense, and it brings up 4th down.
So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give them some breathing room and lets them build up a little cushion.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. Palmer cool under pressure as he rallies his guys to the line of scrimmage. Here's Palmer. Caught on the left side, Fitzgerald. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. On 1st down, it's Palmer. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Well, not the position they want to be in. Still a very, very small chance here, but they almost need a miracle.
Agreed. That means they've got to get it to the sidelines, get out of bounds, and preserve clock.
They'll throw on 1st down here with Palmer. Toward the sideline, and look Look at that catch, dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick. Now Dawson for the extra point. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And they take a knee. The Eagles on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is third down and 12. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Philadelphia, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll look to get back on the beam.